everyone, Amber Maniak from Amber Approved, your leading emotional eating, digestion, and hormone expert. Today I want to talk a little bit about the power of the mind and how it can really manifest physical symptoms and, of course, just things that we want and don't want, depending on our thought process. So what I mean by this is if you've ever heard of Louise L. Hay, she talks a lot about different thoughts and emotions and how in her, expertise that they can really manifest into physical symptoms. And I'm a big believer in this, that our cells respond to our thoughts and our mind and our emotions. And depending on what they are, if they're positive, then, usually cells are healthier, the blood is healthier, the body is healthier. And when they're more negative, we may see more symptoms, more health issues, lower energy, different things like that going on. And I can definitely attest, as not only have I seen shifts and observed this within myself, but I've seen this with my clients as we're working along and exploring how the mind is manifesting their physical symptoms in their reality, where they're not happy and where they are happy. So an example for me is if I experience a lot of fear or a lot of guilt for a longer period of time, then it really suppresses my kidneys and I can potentially end up with a bladder infection. Crazy, I know, but the kidneys and the bladder are all about fear, and fear really weakens the body, weakens the organs. And guess what? Bacteria thrives off of fear and negative emotions, just like if we were to eat sugar. Same kind of thing. So it's very fascinating for me to start to see how, I eat really well and I treat my body very well and I'm usually in a very good headspace, but in the odd time where this happens, in the last few times, it's been like, bam, then I'm having that imbalance happen. So I've been working really hard to work on balancing that so I'm not seeing it happen, because obviously it's not fun to have any sort of physical symptoms. I see people who have a very kind of stressed out liver hang on to more anger. And where does anger sit? In the liver. Frustration, anger, sadness, doubt, guilt, worry, those all sit in the digestive core. And I have myself experienced having stressful situations happen and then getting bloated, and so have people that I end up working with. It's very fascinating. And there are some great videos and different things that are on YouTube that show, different things like a rice being put into a container, and then they put it in a room where a bunch of people yelled and said negative things, and then they put the same rice in a room and people were complimenting and saying all these positive, loving things, and then they put them both in the fridge, and the one that was in the negative turned black and spoiled. So very fascinating. I'm a big believer in this, and so are a lot of the people around me. Maybe this is something new for you, or maybe you don't believe, and whatever you believe is, I totally respect. But it's food for thought to really start exploring the power of the mind and how we can really influence in a positive way for our health and our surroundings, or we can influence in a negative way. And I know, and as I talked about last week, the more positive our mindset and the more kind of neutrality we can have with our body and support our body, even if there are symptoms and things going on, probably the less reactive the body is going to be. It's when we get overreactive, really upset, angry, stressed out, frustrated with our bodies, that's when we start to see more symptoms. The symptoms seem to stick around, and then maybe we attract even more different issues with our bodies because we're really fighting with them. So a big part of this is about ending the fight. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in episode 92 of the podcast coming out this Sunday. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go to iTunes and subscribe to the No Sugarcoating podcast. You can also click the link in the show notes below to do so. I post new videos on Fridays here on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe here as well. And if you are struggling or you're curious about all of this, you're really at wit's end with your health, emotional eating, your digestion, your hormones, your weight, email me at info@amberapproved.ca to book your 30-minute complimentary consultation on Skype, on FaceTime, so that we can really explore what is in the way of you having body freedom, full health, and happiness. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you next week.